Alright, you guys, we need to talk. Hold on. Let me set this up real quick. Because I'm trying to be as real can be. Okay, hold on. Can you guys see me? Can you see me is the question. Hold on. Things are gonna fall. Okay, there we go. I wanted to talk to you guys about everything going on with the Shane Dawson and the Jake Paul with the sociopath thing. And I think that what I'm about to tell you is very important. And with Logan Paul's video. Now, first of all, I feel like from reading the tweets and everything going on, Jake might feel a little bit upset that people are, you know, he might feel like he was being called a sociopath, okay? Now I want to talk to you guys first of all about the woman who was talking to Shane. I do not think it's Shane's fault. I think that Shane was uneducated and he did not speak to the right person about this. Because I'm going to explain to you what a sociopath is, because I am one. I am a sociopath, and I have also been diagnosed with disassociative identity disorder. Have you ever seen the movie Split? There we go. Now, the way that it's portrayed and the way that it was explained is not completely accurate. I mean, the way that... Listen. I was diagnosed with being a sociopath because a lot of trauma in my life. But when she says, like, you know, they don't know what the feeling of sad is, they don't know what the feeling of happiness is, they mimic things, that is not true, okay? I love my family. I love my son. I know what love is. I'm engaged, okay? Like, my problem, like, is, see, and I think Logan Paul is correct when he said, you know, there's a spectrum of this. And first of all, let's not get sociopath and psychopath confused, because they're very different. Now, a sociopath, think of like a really hard introvert. Like, you're introverted, and you wear a mask it's like wearing a mask to hide who you are. Okay? It's not, sociopaths, yes, they are usually very charming, they are very manipulative, without even knowing they can manipulate. But is it their fault? I do not believe so. I don't think that I just woke up one day and decided I wanted to be a sociopath. I feel like that's just the way that my behaviors are, but you guys have seen me, you know, give money to homeless people before. You've seen me give up my last cigarettes before. I want Jake and Paul and Logan, sorry, to understand, and I want Shane to understand, being a sociopath or having sociopathic tendencies, or you know, being like, there's so many, there's so much more to it than what she said, and the way that she made a sociopath sound is awful. But you know what? Not everyone is like that. Not everyone is like that. You know, you guys know me, okay? You guys see I do giveaways on my channel. The last time I gave away a whole bunch of money. I went to the store and bought a bunch of makeup for a girl. I send packages to my... listen, I send packages to my subscribers all the time. Like, being a sociopath does not mean that you're evil. Okay? It doesn't mean you're a bad person. And this is like where we need to talk about mental health more, because Jake should not feel really even bad or offended if somebody's saying he's a sociopath, because that makes me, who has been diagnosed with that, feel like, well, what's wrong with that? Like, I'm a good person. I've been diagnosed with sociopathic tendencies. Now, my only issue that really brings out the sociopath is my impulse. Like, I have bad impulse control. Like, if I, and it doesn't, listen, like, for example, perfect example, I saw a woman being abused and yelled at and screamed at by this girl. And it was an elderly lady and it was a young girl. And I went up to the young girl, and this was me, impulse, bad, like, but think about it in the end. I said, you know, one day you're gonna say something to the wrong person and you're gonna get knocked the F out. She's like, I don't care. I was like, well then today's your day. And I beat her up in her car, in her own car. Now, why did I do it? My intentions were good. My intentions were pure. I wanted to help this elderly lady, but was it right for me to do it? No. But my intentions were so good. Like, so that's my problem with impulse, okay? I do not think that Jake is a harmful person, okay? Like, from, I can tell, like, I look from somebody who has mental health issues, strong mental health issues. And I think that, like, if, like, for Shane, if he's gonna talk to people about mental health issues, you don't talk to a YouTuber, okay? Don't talk to a YouTuber about it, okay? Like, especially because everybody knows what series he's doing, so if they are biased, if she could be biased, like, completely, like, she could not like Jake Paul or Logan Paul, and she could decide that she wanted to say XYZ, and that's horrible, and this is what happens, and it's very likely, and pretty much what she said was yes, that they were. Do I myself see Jake being a sociopath? I don't see him being a sociopath. No. No, I don't. Do I see Logan no, I don't either. I see sociopathic tendencies, okay? And I also see young kids, okay? Now clearly, like, Logan, like, despite, like, let's look at the bigger picture. What happened back in January with him was 100%, no matter what anybody says, traumatic for him. Traumatic. That would be traumatic for anybody. Anybody. You know, there is nobody that I know who could just see that and be okay. So we have to kind of remember, you know, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. And that's why, like, I left a comment on Shane's thing and I said, listen, I said, you probably should put the series out pretty quick. Like, first of all, because people are gonna pick apart what they want to out of the videos. That's what they're gonna remember, and then they're gonna continue. And I think it's best to have it fresh in their mind while they're watching it. Also, it maybe, like, being... Okay, like, there's just, you know, there is so much more. Like, there is so many more mental health diagnoses, and I would not label, if I, like, looking at, I would not label him as a sociopath. I don't think I would. And even if I did, it wouldn't be a bad thing. It wouldn't be a bad thing. It doesn't make him a bad person or an evil person. It makes him normal. Because think about it, a lot of us have mental health issues. Right now, I am on some of the strongest mental health psych meds, okay? Being a sociopath, okay, like, when I was using, okay, that was most of the time when I was a sociopathic tendencies, but it was more, it was not really that. It's like it was almost like, see, that's the thing, is like, I can't even explain it really, like, I think that the way that the lady explained being a sociopath was wrong. I think that she should have explained that mental health, because you have a mental health, it doesn't make you a bad person. I think she should have explained that sociopath and psychopaths are very different. Please do not get them mixed up. Now, a psychopath is not good. Okay, now when I was using, I had psychotic tendencies where I would literally freak the hell out, throw my TV through the wall, like, you know, like, angry, okay? you know what I feel like with Jake and Logan, honestly? I feel like they are under a lot of pressure to keep up this YouTube shit. That's honestly what I think. I think that that's what it's going to come down to. At the end of the series, I feel like it's going to be the pressure to keep doing what they're doing. When does it end? You know, when does their YouTube saga end? When does this story end? When does the Jake and Logan Paul story end? You know, and it's like, right now, that's how they make their living. And it's like, that's what they know. They've been doing this since they were kids. So, even that alone, and you know, getting the type of, when you're a kid, like, okay, so we need to kind of also keep in mind, like as an adult, like I'm almost 30, okay, like, Jake is young. When he really was doing all that crazy stuff, like, he was young, like, what, 20? We need to remember, like, almost like monkey see, monkey do type thing. Like, I personally feel like he just, think about it this way. Everybody's seen the Jackass movies, right? The Jackass movies, but we wouldn't call them sociopath, right? No, we'd just say they're playing out a character. They're trying to make a show. They're trying to make, and that's exactly what I think Jake and Logan are doing. And I think bringing mental health issues into the mix, you need to be very careful with that, because, like, feelings can get hurt. People can get upset. I have a feeling that Jake doesn't have a clear picture of what a sociopath is. If he's going off of what that lady said, then he does not have a clear picture of what a sociopath actually is. My hope is that he can, honestly, you know, like, you don't need to hear it from Shane, you don't need to hear it from this other YouTuber. Jake could go to a counselor on his own, say, this is my life. What do you think is wrong with me? You know, he doesn't, when, this is just another YouTuber. I'm sorry, but she is, you know? She is, and whether she's got a degree or not, so, okay, like, my brother has a degree in psychology. I would read his books all day long, but does that mean that I'm a master at it? No. Am I working in a doctor's office? No. Like, so, I don't know. I feel very bad for the whole situation. I feel bad for Jake right now, honestly, I do, because I think he's in a situation where he doesn't know what to do. He feels like he's being called a sociopath. I don't think he truly knows what a sociopath is. I think that he should not be upset about it, because having a mental health illness is not something to be angry about. It's something to address. Same with Logan. Now, Logan's getting older, and we can kind of see as Logan's getting older and getting, you know, more mature, his behavior, his wild behavior, is kind of slowing down. So, we need to kind of not forget that they are kids. Like, those of you who are watching who are 30 and up, or at least 28 and up, I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. Now, if you are watching this and you are like 20 years old, and you're like, oh my god, it may be different from different perspectives. But I just wanted to put this out there because, you know, mental health is really important to me. And you know, my full diagnosis is dissociative identity disorder, bipolar. I have sociopathic tendencies, exactly what Logan was talking about, kind of like a spectrum. I don't have depression. What else did they say that I had? It was borderline personality disorder before they figured out that it was full-blown, like, multiple personality, which is DID. And you know, these things, like, you know, and I've realized from therapy that these things that I have are really a lot of the time from trauma. Like, and I'm trying to like, okay, a sociopath wears a mask. They say, like, a mask. Maybe they're masking their own pain. Did you ever think about that? Like, why it is, okay, we know what a sociopath does, but why do they do what they do? Let's think about it that way. Like, you don't You can't, if you're gonna get into it like that, you need to get into the whole thing. You can't just say, this is what a sociopath does, it's creepy, it's kind of scary. It's not. Because I have sociopathic tendencies, and I'm one of the nicest people. Everybody likes me. I'm never mean. I don't manipulate at all. If I find myself in a situation where I feel like I could be, I step back and I say, I need to change this quick. Like, it's not something that is so we're not gonna, nobody's gonna hurt anyone. Please, this is what I ask. If anybody, I think that we all should, anyone, okay, I'm having such a hard time trying to explain this because I want to make sure I'm thorough too. I believe that everybody can benefit from therapy. There is not one person that I know in my life that I think could not benefit from therapy. I think that therapy is something, or counseling, that everyone will benefit from. So in this situation, I think what Jake should do is go to a therapist on his own and say, listen, you know, people are saying I might be a sociopath. This is my life. This is it. Spend like an hour with him, see what he says. A professional, like a real professional in an office, not someone filming for a YouTube video. Go on your own for yourself to better your life. That's it. And maybe Logan can do the same thing if they haven't already, you know? And I do not blame Shane because I think that Shane is unaware. I think he did not know much about what a sociopath is, and Jake is right. He did say sociopath, but the word in the video would say psychopath, and it's just two totally different things. And I feel bad that feelings are hurt over this. Like, it sucks because feelings should not be hurt over mental health illnesses. And that's about it. I mean, let's say Jake is a sociopath. Well, Jake, you're not alone. You're not alone at all. And you probably had a rough life growing up, maybe. But it does not make you evil. It does not make you a bad person. There's no little person standing on your hand and I'm gonna eat them. It's not like that. It's not like that. My suggestion is to go to a therapist yourself and maybe check it out and see and add your input. Go to your own doctor and say, listen, people are saying this. I want to know, what do you think? And then you know what? You don't have to tell anybody at all. The only thing I think Shane did wrong is he shouldn't have left it on that spot for so long. Like, he put out the video of the sociopath and left it for a while. Like, that's not, that's very kind of wrong. I mean, and then like, if you're gonna put out, so please put out something next real quick so we can put them together. Like, cause I don't now, cause it's like people are thinking in their head and they have a lot of time to harass him and say, you're a sociopath, you're crazy, you're a sociopath, because people don't know what it is. So I feel like the video should have been put out a lot quicker so it can explain before someone's feelings get hurt. But anyways, that's just my opinion as somebody who has mental health issues. Let's see, and now a lot of you guys already know me and you know that I do, but that is about it. That's all I really wanted to talk about. You know, I feel like Jake should not be upset over this. I think that it's just a learning experience. He can go to a therapist, and which would be awesome. And you know, because therapy is I love therapy. Don't go to that Better Health online. I know people trying to go to a real face-to-face therapist and see what they say. See what they say about you and why and things like that. We don't need some YouTuber to do that. Now, I would say the same for Logan, but don't be upset about it. And I would say for Shane, you better put out that next series pretty quick, because it's not really right to leave it, to like leave a video out of calling them a sociopath and just leave it there while you know there's other parts to clear things up. You know, let it clear it up. You know what I mean? if anybody understands what I'm saying, please give this video a thumbs up. If you ever want to talk more about mental health again, I will definitely do it. I wasn't prepared to make this video. I just saw some tweets and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Doesn't matter. I'm just gonna make a quick video. Sorry it kind of went so long, about mental health and, you know, what a sociopath really is. And I think if anything, Jake might have bipolar. Maybe bipolar. But who cares? A lot of us have something wrong. Nobody's perfect. Nobody in this world is perfect. Okay? And that's it. Well, except for me. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, I love you guys. I will talk to you later. If anyone has any questions or, you know, doesn't think what I'm saying is true, anything at all, please leave whatever you want in the comment section down below. Start a conversation. I don't care. However you feel. If you feel like I'm right, if you feel like I'm wrong, I'd love to have your feedback. This is just my personal experience with what I'm diagnosed with, and so on and so forth. And I'm sorry, Jake, that you feel like being called a sociopath is a bad thing, and I'm same for Logan, and Shane. I hope that you, in the future, find a better person to explain this, because I don't think it's Shane's fault. I honestly don't like the girl. I don't like the way she explained it. The way she explained it was not right. She explained what they do, but without explaining why they do it. And I think that's not, and if you're gonna get into, you know, if you're gonna talk about baking a cake, okay, you don't say you get the cake and you put it in the oven. You have to talk about the ingredients in the cake, right? What goes in the cake to make that cake before you put it in the oven? She was just talking about, this is a chocolate cake, it goes in the oven for 20 minutes, it comes out. Do you get what I hope that you guys understand my analogy. I'm going to shut this down now because I'm going to plug it in and upload it right now. And yeah, I hope that some of you can relate and understand with what I'm saying, and just realize that, you know, having a mental health illness does not make you a bad person. And definitely don't just listen to people on the internet, right? Bye guys.